You want to know something that all people who suffer depression, anxiety, depersonalization, mood disorders, chronic pain, what all of us people have in common? We hate telling people we're still struggling with said issue. It sucks. It's the worst. All we want to do when we update people on how we're doing, or when people ask us, hey, how are you? We just want to tell them we're doing well. That's all we want to do. We're doing well. And a lot of us end up lying profusely and for long periods of time, stretch it into years if we have to, because we're so tired of having to tell people that we're still not doing well. And this still comes up for me in these sort of life updates, even though I know better than to feel bad or ashamed or embarrassed, because those are not useful emotions, and things just are what they are. You know, no one should have to hide or be afraid to be honest about the way things are going for them. That's a sad state you end up in when you deal with this for too long, as you just get embarrassed or exhausted at the nauseum you have to talk about what's going on in your life. But I, being both a blessing and a curse, but by far a blessing, I set up a platform on YouTube where I'm constantly updating anyone who happens to care or who may benefit. I update you guys on my life, and I love it. I love it. I love you guys. And I love when I'm doing well, and I accept when I'm not doing well, and I make peace about it, and I just try to be honest and not exaggerate or lie. And I have a life update with you, for you, that I just have to share because it's been one of the driving factors in my life for the last 7 weeks. Now, to be clear, anyone who follows my weekly weigh-in series on Sundays, you know what's going on. But if you don't follow that, I've been trying just to leave it out. I want to stay useful on this channel, and I just don't want to jump the gun when things go wrong in my life. I have a history of severe mood disorders. I'm very sensitive, and I might be a hypochondriac. I'm really not sure. But I like to let things play out a little bit. And something that's been going on for me is tightness in my chest. Really bad, nearly crippling pressure, discomfort, and tightness right in the middle of my chest. It makes me feel sort of short of breath, and I've been sharing this on the weekly weigh-ins on the cut because it started right after I got rid of sugar in my diet and any added sugar other than fruit, and started eating really healthy and clean. Now, since I made that big change coming on 2 months now, I've lost a lot of weight and a lot of things have gone really well, but one thing that hasn't gone well is this tightness in my chest. Historically, anytime I make a major change, like when I had my big mental breakdown after I had a rare reaction to a medication, one of the first side effects, or one of the first ways my anxiety manifested itself, was in chest pressure and tightness. I used to call it air hunger. I don't know why I do air quotes so often. No pun intended. Anyway, air hunger, pressure, pain, shortness of breath, discomfort. Feel it. First thing I think about when I wake up, last thing I think about when my head hits the pillow. That happened for many, 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 many months, was one of the driving forces of feeling suicidal for me way back when. But all in all, it went away. And while I stayed tense and I had a lot of anxiety, that acute focus on my chest got better. And then it's occasionally flared up and gotten better, and flared up and gotten better. So when I got sober some 9 months ago, it flared up for a couple months. It was really rough, and I think I talked about it. And then I cut out sugar, and it flared up. But it still hasn't gone away, and it's as bad as it's ever been, and it's taking me to suicidal places. Now, the suicidal connection to when my chest gets so tight that it ends up being all I think about. I ruminate and obsess over it. I don't know. I can only wonder. I can only wonder and speculate why I go there so fast when I have this pain in my chest and this pressure and this burny sort of discomfort that I feel all day, every day, for long stretches at a time, going on 7 weeks for this big stretch. I think it's a learned behavior. I think I was suicidal for so long that I just go there quicker now. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I get to those suicidal thoughts a lot faster because I'm scared and I don't want to hurt forever, and I start catastrophizing. I still fall into the very cliched traps that I've learned so much about when it comes to mood disorders. They still get me because I'm human. But when I start dancing with those thoughts too often, and given that this hasn't resolved in the 7 weeks it's been going on, I feel like there's something that I need to do. And so, on the encouragement and the suggestion of my doctor, my naturopath, I went to the hospital and I got a chest x-ray done. And I was trying to avoid that because I don't want to be one of those people who's been through something very severe and extreme, who then reacts overly extreme to every little thing that feels wrong. Because by and large, I still struggle with mood disorders on a low-grade, moderate level, no longer severe. But it can make it hard to tell what's what sometimes, especially because a lot of you know, maybe all of you know this, but anxiety, depression, it can manifest itself in weird ways. Physical side effects, physical symptoms. So I had to get over my ego and my pride, and I had to go to the hospital, and I did. And I got a chest X-ray. And next week I'm going to be doing a stress EKG, I think is what they call it. We're gonna do some further testing to try to start eliminating things, and then and I'm gonna have to take this a lot more serious than I thought I was, because it's affecting every single aspect of my life. And so I just want to share that with you, because given how much time has gone by, it's affecting my ability to do other things on this channel right now. And I do have some other announcements that are going to come. And for my TRT viewers, blood work is forthcoming very, very, very soon. But I just had to be open. I had to get that off my chest, because I'm a little bit scared. Because I feel scared. I still feel scared when this stuff happens. And I don't understand why. And I start thinking it's going to last forever. And I get hopeless, you know, and I have to go through all of my checklist, items of things I need to do to take care of myself, and bump them into overdrive. My self-care, my physical activity, my spiritual activity, not to weird you out, but just, you know, trying to get outside myself, making my bed, to seeing my doctor, just everything in between, how I'm eating. I have to start trying extra, extra hard, because this is still a long battle. And a lot of us who can attest to the long-term nature of mood disorders, you don't get any days off, and I'm still vulnerable. So I'm looking forward to my next stable stretch, but it just hasn't come in a while. And I had expectations that when I cleaned up my diet, shit was going to get amazing. And I try to tell people, don't ever make those sort of assumptions over any therapeutic change, anything in lifestyle change that you know has a lot of potential positive benefits. Don't put the platform so high for what's going to happen that you end up feeling disappointed, and I certainly have in a lot of ways. But that's my update. That's my update, aside from a couple of the things that I'll talk about in a different video, is that I cannot seem to shake this tightness in my chest. And I'm back to searching online for stories of hope. And so that's why it tells me that I need to share about it. I need to open my heart up to my viewers and anyone who may benefit, because this is what we have. This is what I do. I communicate. I try to be vulnerable. I try to be honest. And I try to lean on you guys when I need to, because you're there. And I'm so blessed for that fact. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. So that's what's going on with me. It's kicking my ass. A lot of restless, hopeless nights, and a lot of spending most of my effort just trying to ignore it. But I know what goes down must come up. I believe in the overall healing nature of the universe, especially when you're not trying to get in the way of your healing, when you're trying to do things to make it better. And I believe when other people tell me I'm going to be okay. So I'm taking that reassurance. I'm using the information I have, and my past experience tells me this will get better. I just don't know when, and I have to start, putting things into place to keep myself safe while I deal with some of these rogue, random, suicidal thoughts. I don't believe I'll act on them, and it's a shame that they come up so quick for me, because I've certainly been in worse places, but it is what it is. That's the update. Thank you guys for being an ear for me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means the world to me, and I hope you're doing okay. If you have any experience with chest tightness, we're going to explore my blood work and see if there's anything there that could be contributing to this. Share it with me. Share it with everyone. That's what this is all about. Don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to comment. Otherwise, I'm going to stay brave. I'm going to work on getting through each day, each hour, each minute, just one at a time as they come. I'm going to reach out for support. You guys are part of that. And I'm going to keep the faith that everything's going to be okay. Even if this hurts right now, it's a little bit scary. And I'm getting overwhelmed by it, and I'm starting to feel kind of frightened. That's normal. It happens. And everything's going to be okay. Thank you guys for letting me share, and I really look forward to getting back to more normal content soon. But you guys have always made me feel good about when being open about my shitty times, and thank God for that, because I never want to be one of those YouTubers who seems better than he is. I don't want to paint a fake picture of myself. For better or worse, I just want to be wherever I am at. I want to share that and just be who I am, and I want you to always be who you are with me. It's okay to feel like shit together, and we'll celebrate the times we feel better together. Okay, take care, guys.